Hello everyone, welcome back. If you have been wondering how to connect an LLM like Claude or GPT to your own Java services, this video is for you. The Model Context Protocol MCP is rapidly becoming the standard integration layer. And with Spring AI, building an MCP server is now almost as simple as writing a regular Spring service. In 10 minutes, you'll understand the architecture, see the code, and have a working product that any AI client can call. Let's go. What you'll build today: 6 clean sections. Each builds on the last, so don't skip around. First, we nail the concept. MCP is a protocol, not a library. Second, the three-tier architecture. Then we build the server side, then the client. Then I demo the whole thing live. And we end up with the production gotchas that will bite you if I don't mention them. What is MCP? MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. It's an open standard published by Anthropic that defines exactly how an AI model discovers and calls external tools. Before MCP, if you wanted ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini all to call your order API, you wrote 3 separate integration layers. So basically, we had N models times M tools. After MCP, every model speaks the same protocol. You write the tool once, any MCP compatible AI can call it. This is very analogous to the USB-C. Before USB-C, every laptop brand had its own charger. MCP is something like an USB-C for AI integrations. So basically, it's a 3-tier architecture. We have 3 tiers: host, client, and server. The host is the user-facing AI application, the Claude desktop, your own chatbot, or anything. It decides which tools to offer the LLM based on what's connected. The client lives inside the host. It manages the connection to exactly one MCP server. It handles discovery, schema retrieval, and forwarding calls. The server is your Spring Boot application. It exposes over streamable HTTP. Your business logic lives here. The LLM never calls your API directly. It always goes through this protocol layer. So there are basically 3 steps to build the MCP server. Step 1 is the dependency. One Maven dependency, that is Spring AI Starter MCP Server Web MVC. That's it. And step 2, you configure the application YAML. Name your servers, set protocol to streamable, type to sync, just 3 lines. And step 3 is your tool. Annotate your Spring service with @MCP tool. This description is not for humans. It's a signal the LLM uses to decide when to call this tool. So basically, Spring AI scans your application context, generates JSON schema from method signature, and registers this tool automatically. You don't write any protocol code. So how to build the MCP client? First, you configure the application.yaml. Point the client at your server URL under the Spring AI.mcp client streamable HTTP connections. Name the connection anything you like. On the Java side, Spring auto configures a tool callback provider bean injected, pass it to the ChatClient tool callbacks. That's the entire wiring. And the runtime flow is like this. The user will be asking a question. ChatClient sends it to the LLM. The LLM sees the tool schemas and decides to call getProduct. Spring AI routes that call through the tool callback provider to the MCP server. The result comes back to the LLM, which wraps it in a natural language answer. You never write the tool dispatch loop for yourself. Now let's see a live demo. So basically, it's 4 steps. We'll be starting the MCP server. We'll be starting the client, and the client asks questions in a natural language, and the LLM responds with an answer. Now let's switch to the terminal. So now let's see the demo. I'll give the setup steps in the README document so you can follow that. So first you have to install Olama, and then you have to read the models, and then let's start the server first. I'll be giving all this code in the Git so you can follow it parallelly. If you have any question, you can pop it down in the comment section. I'll be answering. Now that our server is started, let's start the client as well. I'll open a new PowerShell. We'll be giving the same command. So client also has started. Yeah, so this is our product catalog AI. Let's ping some questions. Okay, as you can see, we are getting responses from the server. So we have to note four things while our application is in production. If any tutorial says an SSC endpoint, close the tab. Streamable HTTP is replaced as of March 2025. So basically SSC is dead. And number two, the version of the annotation. At MCP tool is Spring AI 1.1 plus. The older approach uses at tool. Mixing them silently doesn't register your tools. So basically you won't be getting any error, just nothing works. And the third thing to note is your at MCP tool description is literally the text the LLM reads to decide when to call your tool. Write it as an action sentence with the return value specified. It should not be something like gets product info. That's not enough context for an LLM. The fourth thing is for Kubernetes and sessions. The default streamable protocol keeps session state. With multiple pods, that's going to be a problem. Switch to protocol equal to stateless for cloud deployments. So we have seen one dependency, three annotations, and zero glue code. That really is all it takes with Spring AI 1.1 plus and MCP. So basically, I have three asks. Subscribe for more cloud and AI content. The full source code is in the description. Clone it and have a working MCP server in 5 minutes. And drop a comment with what tool you're going to expose. I want to see what people are building. Thanks for watching.